There's a certain kind of place you stop noticing because it's always been there. The empty strip mall, the flickering open sign, the business no one remembers entering, but somehow never closes. Mattress stores. You pass them every day. Bright lights, perfectly made beds, no customers, and yet there's another one 5 minutes down the road, and another across town, and another directly across the street. At some point, people stopped asking if it was strange and started asking, what if the mattresses aren't the real business? They're not telling you. But every signal leaves a trace. This is the Tin Foil Diaries. This is the Tin Foil Diaries, a late-night dive into conspiracies, cover-ups, unexplained events, and the stories hiding underneath them. I'm your host, and tonight's entry is labeled Beds, Lies, and Dirty Money, the Mattress Firm Conspiracy, and the scandal that made people think the theory might actually be real. Every conspiracy starts the same way. Someone notices a pattern, then someone else notices it too, then suddenly everyone sees it. That's what's happened here. People online began asking the same question. Why are there so many mattress stores? Not coffee shops, not gas stations, mattress stores. Businesses selling products people buy maybe once every decade. And yet, in some cities, they seem to multiply endlessly. Clusters of them, 3 within a mile, 2 in the same shopping center, some directly facing each other like reflections in a mirror. And inside, almost nothing happening. No lines, no rush, no visible business. Just rows of untouched mattresses under bright fluorescent lights. To most people, it felt impossible. High rent, huge retail spaces, minimal traffic. How could these places survive? That question spread through Reddit threads, YouTube videos, conspiracy forums, and slowly a theory formed. The theory was simple. Maybe these stores weren't actually making money from mattresses. Maybe the stores were fronts for money laundering. Now, to be clear, there has never been evidence proving this. But the theory exploded because, on the surface, it sounded plausible. Here's the logic. Money laundering operations need businesses capable of explaining irregular revenue, and mattress stores have several characteristics conspiracy theorists found suspicious. High-priced products, massive profit margins, infrequent purchases, and low expected customer traffic, which means if a store claimed it sold 10 mattresses that day, who would question it? There's no obvious normal number. No crowd expectations, no visible benchmark. And the more people looked, the stranger things felt. Videos began documenting empty stores. Maps tracked dense clusters of locations. Photos circulated online showing multiple stores within blocks of each other. And then came the line that pushed the theory mainstream. Nobody's ever seen anyone buy a mattress. Which isn't true, obviously. But conspiracies don't spread because they're airtight. They spread because they feel true. Then people started digging into the actual business history of Mattress Firm, and the truth turned out to be strange enough on its own. The company grew aggressively through acquisitions. Instead of slowly building stores one at a time, they bought competitors, Sleep Train, Sleepy's, regional chains across the country. And when you buy competitors, you inherit their locations, all of them, including overlapping stores, which meant entire cities suddenly had multiple locations owned by the same company. Not because of a conspiracy, because of consolidation. At its peak, Mattress Firm operated more than 3,000 stores nationwide. An absurd number for a mattress retailer. But then, the story got darker. In 2016, Mattress Firm was acquired by Steinhoff International. At the time, Steinhoff looked unstoppable. A global retail empire, aggressive growth, massive acquisitions, billions in reported value. But appearances can be deceptive. And in 2017, everything cracked open. Steinhoff International became the center of one of the largest accounting scandals in modern retail history. Billions of dollars in questionable transactions, allegations of inflated profits, financial statements investigators claimed were manipulated for years. Executives resigned, markets panicked, and the company's value collapsed almost overnight. Suddenly, the Mattress Firm conspiracy didn't feel completely ridiculous anymore, because now there actually was fraud connected to the company's ownership structure. Not money laundering, but real financial deception. Real investigations, real collapse, and for conspiracy theorists, that was enough. Because once people discovered one hidden scandal, they started wondering just how many others are buried underneath it. In 2018, Mattress Firm filed for bankruptcy. Hundreds of stores closed, leases terminated, entire markets consolidated almost overnight. The official explanation? Overexpansion. Too many locations competing against each other. Debt pressure. And a collapsing parent company already drowning in scandal. In other words, the stores weren't surviving because they were secretly profitable. They were surviving because corporate expansion had become completely detached from reality. And when reality finally hit, the whole structure buckled. Okay, here's why this theory still survives. Not because people genuinely believe every mattress store is laundering cartel money, but because the modern world already feels artificial. Corporations appear overnight. Billion-dollar companies collapse instantly. Executives manipulate numbers. Entire financial systems operate behind closed doors. So when ordinary people see something that looks irrational, like rows of empty stores somehow staying alive, their brains search for an explanation, and conspiracy theories provide one. Even when the real answer is simpler: corporate greed, bad expansion, financial engineering, and executives chasing endless growth until the system implodes. Sometimes the truth isn't hidden in underground tunnels. Sometimes it's buried inside accounting reports that no one wants to read. Okay, so let's separate the facts from the theory. Fact: Mattress Firm massively overexpanded through acquisitions. The company was purchased by Steinhoff International. Steinhoff became involved in a massive financial scandal involving accounting irregularities. Mattress Firm later filed for bankruptcy and closed hundreds of stores. Now, the theory: Mattress Firm locations were intentionally used for money laundering operations, and the unusual store density was evidence of organized criminal activity. Now, the reality: there is no verified evidence proving Mattress Firm was laundering money. But the conspiracy survived because hidden underneath the strange storefronts, there actually was a real corporate scandal, just not the one that people expected. So, next time you pass a mattress store, slow down. Look through the windows. The silence, the lights, the empty showroom floor. And ask yourself, how many things in modern life only look normal because we stopped questioning them? This has been the Tin Foil Diaries. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and remember, not every conspiracy is true, but sometimes the truth hiding nearby is just as unsettling. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You're officially part of the investigation. Follow the show, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who loves a good rabbit hole. And if there's a conspiracy, mystery, or unexplained story you want covered next, send it in. Because around here, the deeper you dig, the stranger things get.